This is the truth about KyberSwap network.
We're about to reveal some crazy facts about KyberSwap network that you don't know about.
Welcome to the Bean Pod. This is your place for all things stocks and crypto. From beginner tips to expert picks. Use this as fuel for your investing journey, because when you're in the know, your money will grow.
This episode of the Bean Pod is sponsored by KyberSwap.
KyberSwap is a DEX and DEX Aggregator, which is built to facilitate all your DeFi needs in one single platform.
Fast, cheap, and safe.
User experience is KyberSwap's sole focus to make everyone's life better in DeFi. Welcome to the Bean Pod. This is Shane, aka the Jolly Green Investor.
And this is Josh, the Nifty Investor.
Today, we're going to be revealing the truth about KyberSwap network.
If you haven't heard of KyberSwap network, which you probably have because they are an official sponsor of the Bean Pod, we're about to reveal some crazy facts that maybe you haven't heard about. Understand what is KyberSwap network, what does KyberSwap do, what's in their ecosystem, is there projects you should buy, is it something you shouldn't buy? And we'll go into the truth about everything that we like about it.
And they've got some really exciting news and new features rolling out, which is why it's a good time for us to really do a deep dive into this project.
Oh, I'm interested to hear about this.
Let's go. So just start from the top. KyberSwap, KyberSwap network is basically the ultimate DEX aggregator. So it's imagine taking Uniswap, PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, Trader Joe, all the decentralized exchanges from all the blockchains and putting them all in one platform. It's the easiest to use platform that has basically everything, 20,000 plus tokens across, 12 chains. I mean, just from that. So right away, it's like, okay, you don't have to keep going to these different DEXs. You can just use KyberSwap. That attracted us to it immediately. I mean, that's first of all, that's just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Yeah.
So you can swap any chain, cross chain, any token. It tells you where to buy. It does it all for you, right? It gives you the best rates because it's taking all the rates from all the different DEXs and giving you the best rates.
Yeah, 70 different DEXs. It's funny, they actually have over 24 billion in total value locked across all these DEXs.
It's a very popular platform.
Yeah. So the thing about KyberSwap, which is one of the core features of KyberSwap network, is the fact that you can swap for literally some of the best rates. Because it's a DEX aggregator, it can figure out which platform is offering the best rate at the best time, allowing a trader. So let's say you want to swap some USDC for something that's on the Binance Smart Chain, like the Hello token, for example. You'll get it at a cheaper rate than you would if you were to swap it on PancakeSwap. And it has all the tokens there. So you can then, let's say you're looking for something on the Polygon network or on the Ethereum network. You can still make all the swaps there versus having to go from Uniswap and then over to PancakeSwap to get your Hello token. You can do everything all in one platform.
Right. And the use case of that, just this technology itself is almost unlimited. So they have over 100 dApp integrations, because when you think about something like a cross-chain or a DEX aggregator, this can be integrated with any sort of wallet that wants to use, if you're using MetaMask or Trust Wallet or any kind of new wallet, if you want to make a swap, they can use KyberSwap's technology, their API, to integrate. They have every token. You can swap it using their API. How about like an NFT or an e-commerce platform that wants to accept payments? If you want to accept a payment in a certain token, but the platform itself wants to immediately swap it from X token to USDC or whatever, they can use KyberSwap's API to automatically swap from their backend, right? So there's so many different applications, converting stable coins, converting tokens automatically, that their DEX aggregator platform can be used for.
Which is probably why they most recently partnered with Brave Browser.
Right.
The basic attention token one that we've talked about previously. It's almost attempting to replace Google Chrome. It's like the Web3 browser, if you will. So if you're in the metaverse and you're shopping one location or doing something in one cryptocurrency, but you need to convert it to another, here's where KyberSwap and the KyberSwap network comes into play.
Right. So, okay, so that's kind of, the first thing when you go on the KyberSwap website, that's what you're going to see. Cross-chain, DEX aggregator, all that kind of stuff. And then another feature that we've been talking about, which is another thing that we like about this platform, is the Truesight Technology, right? So this is kind of it's a new feature. It's something they're still building to perfect, but we found some interesting altcoin gems using this technology, which analyzes on-chain data like volume, trends, activity, and finds projects that are trending now and which could be actually be the best part, trending soon.
Right. And you're right. They are still working on this technology to perfect it, because when you can eventually identify what's trending soon, that's going to give you such a competitive advantage. And, sometimes you do go into the trending part of the website or of Kyber Network or KyberSwap, and you can see a product, but it's already up like 70%. To me, that can be a good thing, because it's going to highlight other projects that could be similar to it. So let's say you see a metaverse token that's up 70%, start diving into other metaverse tokens. So it's a research tool. Find some other ones. Maybe there's a trend occurring right now and another metaverse token could pop. Or if you're into shorting tokens, then you're like, hey, this one's up 70% already. I'm going to look to short this token. So you can use it in two different ways. And I think that's why the trending Truesight technology is so cool. When they eventually perfect it from the trending soon perspective, that'll be a game changer.
Yeah. And the great thing about, when you integrate that with a platform that is a DEX aggregator, you go to the Truesight technology, see the projects that are trending now or trending soon, and you can buy them directly from, you click it, it expands, it shows you the chart, it shows you what blockchain it's on, it takes you right to their swap, and you can buy it directly from the platform.
Yeah.
So it's a one-stop shop for all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things from, even if you're a crypto noob, you go onto this and you can do everything from there. But that's not really the real foundation of Kyber Network and KyberSwap. One of the things that really sets them apart is their DeFi options and also the token. So the token is interesting because it's run by the Kyber DAO.
Right.
So if you have the KNC token, you can stake the KNC to get rewards and also vote on the future of the platform, which I really like. And then one thing that we've covered in episodes before is how they are, and especially through some of their recent partnerships, one of the authorities for DeFi, staking, farming, and pooling in crypto. We did that episode about their partnership with Lido Finance.
Lido DAO, yeah.
Yeah, Lido DAO. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do if you're into DeFi as well.
That was for liquid staking, right? So you can pop in and out. So with most staking platforms, you need to have it locked for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. With the liquid staking and everything that KyberSwap is doing and Kyber Network with their partners, you can get in and out a lot quicker from your staking pools and see rewards from it. So if you are somebody who provides liquidity to a certain pool, you can thus you can earn interest on what you've provided, but then you're not locked in. So there's a lot of flexibility there.
And their partnership with Lido DAO, that I think they're the number one liquidity provider on the Ethereum blockchain. So they had a huge run up to the Ethereum merge because everyone was staking their ETH to try to get in on the ETH 2.0 and stuff like that.
Right.
So there was a lot of tailwinds there. So it's definitely something that people. DeFi was insanely hot last summer. It was the DeFi summer. Everyone was staking, pooling, getting these amazing rewards. And I think that's one of the things that really spurred the massive explosion of the KNC token that we saw last year. Now, it has come down significantly since then, like basically every token in crypto.
For sure.
But that's kind of, I think this episode might be timed very well because you want to buy low and sell high. And this thing has come down from, $5 to, what is it at? Maybe
87 cents.
Yeah. So it's down a lot.
Yeah. And, if you've paid attention to our Twitter accounts, our Discord, any of our podcasts, we do try to find projects that are beaten down and then highlight them why it could be a good time to enter and start a position. Right now, it is trading at what seems to be an all-time low.
Yeah. So you want to get into good, this isn't some new project. This KyberSwap, Kyber Network has been around since 2017.
2017, yeah.
So it's seen two bull runs, basically. This is an established team with a strong community, strong technology. They're always building, and it's trading in an all-time low right now, which is one of the reasons why we decided to do this episode, to highlight what they've been doing lately.
Yeah. CoinMarketCap has it that 80% of their tokens are in circulation at the moment.
Yep.
So there shouldn't be too many more unlocks.
I feel like there's been a lot of, fear, uncertainty, and doubt FUD about these DeFi platforms after what happened with, Luna and Celsius and all that kind of stuff. But there are still companies that are doing it legit. And, when you look into what KyberSwap has done and their track record, this has been around for going on 5 years now. I think you can't really discount it just based on what has happened with other projects, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So I think one of the biggest questions people would have would be like, what's the difference between, KyberSwap versus a Uniswap? Like, why am I going to come to KyberSwap versus using Uniswap? That's using in Uni is a tough
using
one.
Uniswap.
Yeah.
So what would be one of the advantages?
So the biggest difference is being able to earn more through compounding interest.
Right.
So basically what you can do is you can provide, it's really interesting with KyberSwap Elastic. Let's get into that.
So this is the new one. This
is new.
Yeah.
Right. So you can provide liquidity to a pool, right? You can start earning interest. The interesting thing is if people start swapping through your package, through your pool, you can start earning interest on every trade that occurs through you. So let's say you provide $10,000, you can set the interest rate to 1%. You can start seeing, $1 for every trade that ends up going through your liquidity pool.
Right. So you're almost becoming like a market maker.
That's right.
And with the KyberSwap Elastic, you can provide liquidity to a pool and get rewarded in a much more efficient way. So with KyberSwap Classic or in liquidity pools on other DeFi applications, you'd have to provide a ton of liquidity to really see significant rewards.
Yeah.
But with KyberSwap Elastic, because it has these automated features, you can provide less liquidity but still be rewarded out, especially with stable coins, because it's giving better slippage, all kinds of volume, and you just basically get more bang for your buck in simple terms.
And so the biggest difference is if you are one of those individuals who is providing that liquidity, it's the reinvestment curve that Uniswap doesn't do this, because you can do this on Uniswap as well. It's the fact that it reinvests your interest for you automatically. So typically, if you did it through Uniswap, you would provide your liquidity, you would then receive your interest, but then your interest would just sit on the sidelines and you wouldn't get the extra money you could be earning. So let's say you earn $1,000 in interest, that's now being reinvested for you. So you're earning an interest on top of that $1,000 in interest you just got.
Yeah, it's auto compounding fees.
That's it.
And that's a game changer, because if you're investing money or staking money and providing liquidity, you can potentially earn excellent rewards using Kyber Network. And now this compounds. And in investing, compounding is the holy grail. Compounding investments. You earn 100%, and that 100% doubles, and it doubles, and it doubles. And then that's where you start getting 10x, 50x, 100x.
Exactly.
And I really can't drive that point home enough, that this feature, if you are into providing liquidity and DeFi is your thing, this is a massive competitive advantage that will not only attract users to come to Kyber Network, but once the bull run returns, should spur huge interest again in the Kyber Network token, because people want to be involved with this platform that has innovative DeFi technology.
Exactly. I think the only thing holding the KyberSwap back from being like a mainstream platform is people's habits, right? Like, we find a project on CoinMarketCap that we really like, and we say, okay, where can we trade it? How can we obtain this token? Typically, we're using KuCoin, we're using Uniswap, but sometimes you're going to be paying like such high fees. Remember when the Ethereum gas fees were like through the roof, right? And it was super confusing to have to try to use a Polygon like through your MetaMask and all that. It's like really confusing. KyberSwap is a lot easier, but the difficulty is going to be bringing on mass adoption, because people have their habits, right? So what they've done, what I found really interesting, is they keep having these contests, and that's what is bringing people to their DeFi platform.
Right.
So they have these trading contests where if you trade tokens within the Polygon network, for example, the person who does the most amount of trades can win a portion of like a $20,000 pool.
Right.
So they're really incentivizing people to start using the platform. And I think if they keep doing these contests, it's an excellent opportunity to A, check out the platform, but B, win some money as well at the same time.
Definitely. I mean, it's nice to see a platform that's still doing these contests and stuff during a bear market when a lot of platforms have basically gone silent. So, you always want to see activity. And another cool thing that I wanted to highlight about the new KyberSwap Elastic, and I think, again, one of the barriers to adoption for DeFi is, especially after what happened this summer, is security. Hacks and all that kind of stuff. So they've added what's called just-in-time protection to KyberSwap Elastic. So it is a little bit technical, but basically it's an anti-sniping feature where the trading fee earnings that you earn from being a liquidity provider are quickly vested based on the duration. So it attempts to stop attackers from quickly getting in and out and trying to like snipe the fees.
Right.
So, I mean, you can read all about it in there. They have good medium blog posts about it that really detail it. But the high level, simple analysis is that if you're providing liquidity, your earnings are being protected by this new technology.
Yeah, because you don't want to be sniped out because a big whale could come through and all of a sudden, all of a sudden you've been, let's say, so it takes away the risk. So if you're a small fish and you're only, providing couple grand in liquidity, and you've been there for 30 days, but then a whale comes through and provides way more liquidity than you for about 5 minutes, they're the ones who are going to get rewarded with the fees.
Exactly.
This prevents that.
Yeah. So I think it's just, you want to find platforms that are building things that are going to encourage users to come to the platform, and in return, in conjunction, build up hype for the token. Because as an investor, and if you're investing in a crypto token, you want to see returns on that. And as we said, the KNC token is almost trading at an all-time low. However, when you look under the hood, like we have today, you can see they're continuing to build new features that separate them from the competition.
And they're doing things to incentivize new users to come to the platform, which is in turn a form of marketing, really.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this thing it's at around maybe 120, $130 million market cap right now.
Yeah, 150 currently,
150.
200 fully diluted.
Yeah, so I mean, this thing was a lot higher in the last bull run. And as we always say, things are cyclical. DeFi will probably come back into hype again. And when you're looking for a platform that has basically said, look, we're going to continue making amazing features, regardless of what people think of the industry, regardless of what all the FUD around DeFi, these guys are building. I use KyberSwap to make swaps instead of, going around to Trader Joe, Uniswap, Curve, all this kind of stuff. I think it's a great way to onboard new people into crypto because it shows you the trending projects. DeFi can be a little complicated, but
sure.
I think what they're doing is really exciting.
Like you mentioned, the Medium articles and whatnot, I actually have learned way more about the DeFi space just through these Medium articles and understanding compounding interest and the reinvestment curves, the just-in-time sniping, all these things. So definitely fascinating. And I think people should spend a bit more time researching DeFi because at some point it will come back once we get through, the sushi swap guy and everything that he did. And
yeah. Oh, God.
And, what's happened with some of these other DeFi platforms. So
yeah. I mean, look, so in conclusion, what is the truth about KyberSwap? I think it is, again, it's a sleeping giant right now because it has had a huge hype run in the last bull run. They are building new features. They have competitive advantages, not only with their technology, their platform, the way the token's constructed. They've got a great community. And right now, no one wants anything to do with it because the token is low. But that's when you should want to have something to do with it because the token is low.
Yeah, that's just it, man.
So I'm not taking it off my watch list, that's for sure.
Me neither. So, hey, make sure you guys like and subscribe and tune to the next episode.
That one's going to be a banger.
All views expressed by speakers on the BeanPod are solely their opinions. You should not treat any opinion expressed on the BeanPod as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a specific strategy, but only as an expression of their opinion. This podcast is for informational purposes only.